What's up, guys? How you doing today? You hanging out with the one and only Philly Dom, and I have a special guest here with me tonight. I'm gonna give you guys some time to get on. I see they still trying to get online,
Mm-hmm.
but I have a special guest with me tonight, aka Seejeanty, aka Mr. Haiti, aka the businessman of Haiti, aka the good guy of Haiti. Tell them a little about yourself, Seejeanty. Let them know a little bit about
Man, first off, first and foremost, Philly, I'm happy to be here, man. You're someone who's doing some really great stuff in the YouTube space, man. Because ain't too many folks, as your series goes, the real streets, wherever you may be, that's providing like a perspective the way you provide it, and you provide it in a way where like there's no pretense, you know what I mean? There's no agenda, you know what I'm saying? You just out here just showing folks, man, like you're a anthropologist kind of, just showing folks, there's more to it, man. So I appreciate being on the program. About me, a guy who grew up in the States. I was born in Haiti, left when I was 3, and decided to grow. And I grew up for my parents' decision to grow up in the States. And I did, went through school, went to college. Lived in Chicago for a couple of years in the finance banking sector for a little bit before I moved over to IT and analytics, and ultimately bounced around a little bit. I lived in Europe for a while until I moved back to South Florida, where I grew up for a couple of years. Really, I was in a paying my debt down mode, like student loans and stuff.
I hear you.
And once that was done, right before my 30th birthday, I was like, man, what's next? Because like life is short. That big 30 number is like, for everyone's like, okay, that's about halfway over now. So what's next for you, dude? And I was like, you know what? I life's too short. I love Haiti. I love business, and so I'm coming to Haiti to do business, quit my job, and went over to Haiti and haven't looked back. And since then, I've had tremendous success. I run a staffing company. I run an outsourcing company. I run a media company. And this coming year, I'm getting into real estate, and I'm getting into export distributions. And most importantly, I'm going to become an author. Before the end of this year, I got a book coming out, 101 Ways to Make Money in Haiti. A guide really for visionary entrepreneurs. The full title is much longer, but that's the shortened version that I'm giving people. And I read that book because so many people, given what I do in social media, so many folks reach out to me and just want to know. They just want to, better understand what's going on, and how to impact Haiti, because there's so many Haitians who want a better Haiti, and they don't know where to start, how to get started. And so that book's going to be a step 1, and then step 2 really is coming out next year, where really the focus is going to be creating a vehicle, creating an entity where folks can plug in at whatever valuation that they have available, or value that they want to provide, and become shareholders of an entity that is going to be doing some really, really great things. Regardless of their contributions, this is something where I wanted folks to be able to participate in directly, not just watch. Because a lot of folks watch me and they're like, "Oh, just get some merch, Seejeanty. I want to buy some stuff and support you, Seejeanty. Listen, what's your square cash?" But it's never been about me, bro. Like I don't, if it, at the end of the day, like I'll be honest, man, I'm good in terms of like financially, bro. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like 6 figures, good. I'm good. So it's not about me. You know what I'm saying? It's about what can I do for my community to push the country forward, right? And I want to. And the only reason why I'm even on social media is because I can't do it by myself. I had somebody accuse me one day. You got a God complex. Think you come to Haiti and change it by yourself? No, that's why I do social media, because I know I can't do it by myself. I need others to participate, and so I want to do it in a way where folks can be directly involved in that way. So that's what's next for me. But most folks know me again from Seejeanty Media. Seejeanty Media is not only about showing the business side of what people are doing and success, but it's about showing the country. It's about showing there's more to it. There's different aspects. And and anyone who's new to just seeing me for the first time, SE, just the name right there. That type in on the YouTube, Seejeanty, you'll find the channel. So we got so much content out there, man. And one of these days we're gonna have Philly over here. Once Philly can make his way back to Haiti, we got an episode with Philly coming up. Believe me.
I'm gonna make my way back, man. I'm gonna make my way back. I'm definitely making my way back. I'm gonna definitely make my way back. I got some questions for you, man. There's some big things going on in Haiti right now. We got our boy Kanye West down there in Haiti. What do you think he's trying to do in Haiti, Seejeanty? What do you think? That's the elephant in the room. What is he trying to do down in Haiti?
First and foremost, let me tell folks, because a lot of my audience is your audience. To be honest with you, yeah. And they be like, "What's Seejeanty doing right now with some red drink in his hand?" Listen, it's 8:30 my time. It's after hours, right? And I'm with my boy Philly, my good friend Philly. We're just having drinks. We're just chilling right now. It's like me and Philly at a bar right now, just hanging out, chatting. So this is what we're doing right now. So it's after hours, business suits off. We're just having a good time. I got some Pringles chips. I'm gonna be chowing on some chips here. I'm just relaxing. You guys are getting to see, a relaxed Seejeanty. So that's number one. But nonetheless, to answer your question, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the rumor has it is that he's here to do a major investment. I mean, folks don't realize, he's a very divisive individual. He attracts a lot of opinions, obviously, because he says a lot of opinionated stuff. Some stuff you agree with or disagree with. One of the biggest fire rod stuff he said recent times, the very first one, was that slavery was a choice, right? And of course, that got a lot of people talking. In fact, to this day, the most commented thing I've ever had posted is when I actually said I agree with it. And oh snap! Hey man, they're like, wait a minute, what do you mean, Chris? What do you mean? And I had like I swear to God, 200 or 300 comments on there, and
they about to have your head.
I'll be honest, I was being a little controversial myself, trying to hop on the controversial bandwagon. First and foremost, let me say it right now. I don't agree with the notion that slaves in the 18 or 1700s willingly chose to stay in bondage. That's not the case. If you look through history, you'll see that there are so many instances of slave revolts, and at no point did folks stay cautious. Slavery was a brutal exercise because so many slaves would fight for their freedom. So let's be clear, right? And so I had argued that another perspective of there is a passiveness in how we are today in terms of how we choose to black people choose to be very subservient in a way, and we don't take our destinies into our own hands. That's how I sort of reinterpreted that and argued from that perspective, right? Yeah, and that's the lane I stayed in. Though other folks are like, now you're giving Kanye too much credit. He didn't mean that. He meant what you just said a second ago, that literally slaves chose to be slaves. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not in the guy's head or anything. I don't know. I'll just leave that alone. So let me just say that and clear that up. Okay. I don't want to lose any followers on my channel because I'm supporting that crazy statement. But so he's a controversial figure. But folks have to understand, he has 1.3 billion. And Forbes estimates, and Forbes very much underestimates a lot of times how much wealth money. He's 1.3 billion. He is a legit billionaire, right? And the fact that we have a legit black billionaire in Haiti. I mean, honestly, straight up, like his net worth is equal. I got to take a look at our budget, but the Haitian national budget is about $1 to $2 billion. So you have a guy, one black man, who has a net worth that is equal to the entire GDP of this country, just about, right? And so we have to respect that. That's great. I don't care what you personally think about. And in the publicity I'm seeing on my social media, on so many channels and CNN and so many places, Kanye's in Haiti, and they're showing Kanye, in Lawadai and Tambu and just having a good time. And I think that's, as the Haitians, we have to appreciate that. So to finally answer your question, What is he doing? The rumor has it he's looking at land. He's looking to make a major acquisition. Rumor has it, you know, he's been heavily influenced by AQUI through conversations, and he, just like AQUI has his own city he's built in Africa. Rumor has it Kanye is looking to build his own city, or major real estate, some sort of, you know, if it's hotel, if it's lower income homes, but he's looking to make a major acquisition in Haiti. That's the rumor. All right, it's not cited yet, but that's just what the streets are saying and what everyone's talking about. And so whether or not it actually comes to fruition, whether or not we see that happen, I don't know, but that's what the streets are saying. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. You know, I talked to you. I called some other people in Haiti. You know, I'm in a DR right now, and I was like plugging and plugging and plugging. Yeah, but that's what everybody was saying, that he's trying to buy some real estate and make a big investment deal. But like, he's good for Haiti. It's good publicity. He brings good publicity to Haiti. I always, like, with my videos, I try to stay away from the negativity, because there's enough. You got big media for that. They'll do that all day, every day. So, you know, us new media, I call ourselves new media. We're new media, you know, YouTubers and all that. We're new media. It's good that we, you know, we capitalize on him being in Haiti like that, because it's something positive. Something positive is going to come out of there. And then he's from Chicago. Haiti, Chicago was discovered by a Haitian man. Did you know that? It's like, it's a lot of things clicking in here. He said about slavery, but yet he's going to Haiti to try to do something in Haiti that can reverse what he said about slavery. Haiti, this is deep. This is deep.
Jean-Baptiste Toussaint. Yep, I'm very familiar with that. Yeah, and that'd be great. That'd be great that the guy from a city that was founded by a Haitian came back to, you know, do such an impactful impactful economic activity for Haiti. That would be just a great story to be able to tell. I agree.
That's unbelievable. And also, man, let me talk about something else with you. This is another elephant in the room. You always have to direct this. You always have to talk about this topic when you talk about Haiti. Is it safe to travel to Haiti? Is it safe to live in Haiti? What is your perspective on that, brother? You grew up in Haiti. You look all right. You look safe.
No bullet holes. Amy, you sure? You see any bullet holes? No, you sure?
You look all right to me. You look like you're all right to me. Yeah.
The reality of Haiti is the reality of wherever in the world. And when I say that, literally, if someone's watching me from New York, someone's watching us from California, there's watching us from Chicago, from Miami. Like, listen, if you're in Miami, you're going to Liberty City at 4 a.m. You know, just to hang out, right? If you're in Miami, if you're in Chicago, you ain't going to Englewood any time of the day to hang out, right?
Yeah.
If you're from New York, I don't know where the rough spots are in New York, but there's rough spots in New York you don't want to be, right? And those rough spots aren't the same spots where tourists come. In other words, where you would come, like if you're in Haiti, like where you come versus where the stuff's happening. First off, it is a travesty that it's happening in these certain communities, right? Englewood, these a lot of these Englewood folks, a lot of them are just, because I live in Chicago, so I know a lot of the vast majority of folks in Englewood are just hardworking people trying to get by. A lot of, you know, young people trying to go to school and trying to live their lives and become better. The vast majority. Unfortunately, is like a 10 to 20% of knuckleheads that are going around and shooting up people and shooting them other, you know, gang members and stuff, and giving a very, not only a bad name for the area, but it's unsafe for the other 80% of the people who are trying to live their lives. And Haiti's the same way, in the sense that there's specific pockets of the city that are extremely violent as relative to the other places in the country, right?
Okay.
In fact, I've been here three years, and I've only heard gunfire the one time. Actually, the one day I was driving through one of these areas, just to show you. And again, these areas are, you know, it takes almost 20-ish minutes to get to one of these areas. And so, to answer your question, you know, a tourist visiting the country will come and go and never have a bad experience, because the tourist isn't going to go to those bad areas, just plain and simple. Now, there is a degree of a next layer of caution you have to do when it comes time to, because a lot of folks are trying to, because there's a lot of, 50% of those people who ask that, they're just generally ignorant and don't know about Haiti and hear things, and you're trying to be informed. Cool, I get it. That's fine. I just gave you your answer for those 50%. You're a tourist. You're gonna be in tourist areas. You're gonna be fine. Just like if you go to New York, you're gonna be tourist areas. You're gonna be fine, son. Right? You're gonna, go to Paris. You're gonna be in tourist areas. You're gonna be fine. Yeah. So that's 50% done. All right. Now the other 50% who ask that, they're looking to do more. They're looking to hopefully live there, invest there, come back there. Okay. And what I tell those people is, take your time. Take your time. Okay. Come back and forth in the country every other month, every month if you can. Network. Really, I can't stress that enough. Network. Get to know good people. Get to know, because what people understand is that Haiti is a small town. Like I swear, like in 3 years, I know everybody. Everybody.
I know everybody.
I know everybody. I know all these big boogeyman families that everybody talks crazy about. Oh, these families are. I know them. I've hung out with them. I've talked with them. Right. Yeah. On the other side of town. The regular. I've talked with the other side too. Right. When it comes to people doing activities and doing things in the country, if someone's positive and is moving and very active in the community in terms of either socially or trying to do a social enterprise or stuff, I know I'm ready, right? Because it's just a small town. There's not so many folks at that level doing things. And so I share that to say, if you come to Haiti in your network, you're going to know everybody too. You're going to, and by those connections, you'll be able to use to ensure that you get an apartment or lodging that's going to be far away from any dizzle, any nonsense that's happening. Danger. You're gonna get good deals. You're gonna get pricing that is consistent with the Haitian price and not the visitor price, right? Which is always different.
The gringo price.
Right. Give me. No, I don't want the gringo price. Give me that Haitian price, right? And that you only get that when you are no longer seen as a stranger, because you network, because you've been taken in as a local finally, because you're so ingrained in the community. And that finally gives you a level of security, because when you become that familiar with the country, you can sense danger. You can see danger coming a mile away, because wait a minute, I ain't familiar with this. I've been in the country for so long. This doesn't feel right. I'm getting out of this area, right? Because there's a degree of street smarts that's necessary that you won't know if you're just a foreigner who just decided to come to Haiti out of, oh my God, I just woke up and I want to come to Haiti. Yay. No, Haiti doesn't work like that. All the stories that you've heard from your uncle and your grandfather who had a bad time in Haiti is because they did it wrong. They did it wrong because they just woke up and they decided to go back. And it's not, and that Haiti doesn't work that way. You have to do it strategically, tactically, slowly, right? And if you do it that way, there's no insecurity for you either. So I just answered the other 50%. Okay,
that needed to be addressed, because that's a big thing. Because a lot of people want to go to Haiti. They want to open businesses there, but like you said, they have to get a feel of the country. They got to go back and forth for a while to get a feel of the country. Haiti's not one of them countries, and I'm glad we both agree on that, because I tell people that all the time. Haiti ain't one of them countries that you just get drunk in Miami and jump on a plane and say, I'm going down to Haiti to party to look up some land. You gotta strategize. You gotta know who's gonna pick you up at the airport, where are you gonna stay, how dangerous is that neighborhood? Is it a good neighborhood? What are you going to drive? Where are you going to eat? You have to know everything. Haiti's not one of them places you could just jump on a plane and say, I'm going to go there. You have to really think it through. So I got some more questions for you. What is five like interesting facts about Haiti? Because, I got a lot of subscribers here that's watching and people watching right now. Off the top of your head, what is five interesting facts about Haiti that makes it unique?
Hold that question. Let me go back to what you just said there. I think you could hop on a plane and come to Haiti. Okay. Hop on a plane and book a weekend at Cameroon.
Okay.
You'll be fine. Okay. Hop on a plane and book a weekend at Wahoo Bay Beach. And by the way, all these places, you call them up and they'll come pick you up at the airport. Okay. Right? And they'll go drop you off at the airport too. Right?
Oh, okay.
Right? And a lot of any place in central Petronville as well. Kinam Hotel, Caribe Hotel, Marriott Hotel, same thing. Have the shuttle service pick you up, and these hotels, honestly, you can't just be blind and just book, and you know you're gonna be fine. And what's nice about where they're located, you know, believe it or not, you can, like, as long as there's not a protest going on, you can, like in Pittsburgh, you can just walk around in Pittsburgh. You can't.
Okay.
Like, be a straight up tourist, like a naive tourist. Marriott is a little out the way from like, because there's not much you can do around the Marriott, I'll be honest with you. But you can always, you know, there's services like Taxi Plus that you can call, and they're a fully insured company that they'll come bring a moto or bring a car, and they'll take you to Pittsburgh, dirt cheap, like $2, and then you can walk around once you're there, right?
Okay.
So there, you know, I think, but it's still, you're still right. Like, somebody needs to tell you this. Somebody needs to tell you, oh yeah, Pittsburgh, you can walk, right? Yeah, go get on it. Yeah, but it's not like, you know, for example, booking a flight to Paris. Yeah, no one needs to tell you anything. You just go to Paris. You're good, right? Oh, yeah. But it's not. But I just want to make. I don't want to make folks think it's a incredible amount of research you got to do and stuff. It's just certain specific areas that, you know, that are a little more welcoming than others. And so long as you know where it is, again, Pittsburgh, you'll be fine. Anywhere up in like Kent's Coffee Lobby, you'll be fine. You know, without much logistic planning. Just somebody needs to tell you. I'm telling you right now, these are places.
Yeah, like a tour guide. You need like a tour guide. You need a company or a tour guide. It's better to be with a company or tour guide to move around Haiti with, and you'll be fine. Because they're gonna keep you safe.
Yeah, I mean, if it's your first time, like for example, Haitian Nomad. For folks who don't know, Haitian Nomad, NOMAD, exceptional service. They do group trips. To Haiti. And where the whole entire itinerary is planned out, and different stuff throughout the year, where you can buy packages, or you can do a custom single itinerary. Bellevue trips as well is another really good one that's able to do custom itineraries. If it's your first time, yeah, I'd probably say use one of these guides and stuff. But once you get your foot wet, and Philly, you can speak to this because you know the country now. Like once you have your feet wet and you have your bearings, you're okay. This is north. This is west. This is south. This is east. I can just come by myself, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's true. I used to move around by myself too. After a while, I started.
Boom. Yeah, all right. Sorry about that. So yeah, let's grab this question off the shelf. You're asking. Sorry, man.
What like 5 interesting facts about Haiti. I'm just trying to put Haiti in a good light. Some 5 interesting facts about Haiti. Or stuff you notice when you move down here that you're like, oh, okay, my country has this. The country has that. Wow, this is unique. This is different.
5 interesting facts. Well, the first fact, it rarely rains during the day.
Okay. That's
really nice.
True. That's
rarely rains, which is really nice, man. Like, because you can move around, do what you got to do. And it rains in the evening like clockwork. Like around 7, 8 in the evening. In fact, it just rained this evening like clockwork. So that's really cool. You usually don't have to worry about rain during the day, right? And except during the rainy season. The rainy season is like around February-ish. That's when it gets a little annoying. But beyond that, February, March. Beyond that, rest of the year, it rains in the evening. Forget about it. So that's a cool fact number 1. The second fact is, like, you can get anything you're used to in America, in terms of food, or you can get that here in Haiti. Like, certain supermarkets, for example, like Caribbean supermarket. Have you ever done a Caribbean supermarket yet? Have you walked around there? Yeah. I know you had to. You get anything you can imagine that you get. Like, Caribbean supermarket is legit. Like, I don't know if folks go to Publix, but like it's Publix, right? And the other one up north, I know Chicago, we had Dominic's. Dominic's was like the grocery store. I don't know what the big grocery chain up in New York is, but like, so whatever that is, it's that Caribbean supermarket. And there's other ones too, like Deli Mart down in near the airport. Supposed to be. I've never been there, but I hear it's just like it has everything you could possibly need. And so that's probably fun fact number 2 is that you don't have to worry about going without your favorite snacks or foods or whatever. That's probably number 2. Number 3, probably honestly, fun fact is transportation. I got a friend of mine. He just uses he goes around with using taps. Now, personally, like I can't do that because like I'm on a time crunch, and so I gotta be someplace exactly at the time I gotta be there. And taps, you gotta leave extra. Or it's like any public transportation, you gotta leave extra early between traffic and stuff. There's a lot more logistics involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, public transportation is still possible for you, and I know folks who actually use taps and motos to get around. You know, so that's probably fun fact number 3. Number 4, number 4. Number 4 in terms probably, you know, the people probably. I think probably the people are just, you know, as you network and you meet folks, it's like you network and meet folks anywhere. I think you're going to meet folks who legitimately just want to have a good, make sure you have a good time, right?
Okay.
You know, welcome you, and they'll, hey, here's the hot spots, and here's how you want to do it. The folks will just take you under their wings, and no cost expected, no tip requested, you know. So that's probably number 4. Number 5, man, what's number 5? I guess probably. So probably number 5 is that I think folks need to understand leisure is done differently in Haiti. Where in America, when you're leisuring, you go to the movie theaters or something, you go to like theme park or something, you know, or you go to, I don't know, you go out somewhere, and then there's an entity that's there that exists to just entertain you. Where in Haiti, you know, people are the value. Right? You invite people over, and either to your home and you treat them, or they invite you to their home and treat you, or you know, you go to a restaurant, you have a good time, you enjoy yourselves, and you just relax and chill, right? And that's probably the biggest thing, folks, I love about Haiti is that, you know, the value between connections is so important, where you don't need much. You don't need all this over the top stuff. I got so many, my best evenings I've had in Haiti is just me, a few prestiges, a few drinks, you know, and just hanging out with just friends, family, just chilling, not even caring about what time it is, just talking about anything, everything, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
And honestly, you know, I think those are just the coolest things. We entertain different. We entertain the way human beings are meant to be entertained, with human connectivity and conversation. Because think about it for a second. Who are we? We're Black. We're Africans. And Africans, we have a premium. You know, we're wired the way from the cradle. I mean, there's a reason why, you know, so many cultures in Africa, there's written language isn't, or written history isn't necessarily a thing in a lot of African cultures. It's spoken history. It's history that's passed down to you through a conversation, right? And Haiti has that. Haiti has that. There's a level of, you know, connectivity and information passing. That's why low key, like when crime happens in Haiti, everyone knows what happens, right? The street knows, like, Intel did it.
They did that. For he did that. We know
for that reason, right? And when the rest doesn't happen, it's other reasons why the rest doesn't happen. But don't you worry. Like, there's no such thing as random crime in Haiti, right? Everyone knows why things happen and who did it and why he did it, because of that verbal connectivity, that verbal, you know, wildfire of conversation that happens, right? But anyways, I'm going off the beat trail.
I hear you.
Number 5 is there's that human connectivity that really makes you know, just Haiti special.
Wow, that was deep. What's going on with the COVID down there? Everybody wants to know what's going on with the COVID down there. Is it a lot of cases? Is Haiti open back up? I know all these questions, but people are listening in, so it's good if you address them. You know,
COVID. Yeah, I am on my show. By the way, Haiti Business News show every Sunday, 11 a.m. We're gonna have our show tomorrow. You'll see some folks over there tomorrow, and when I always open up with our COVID stats. And for the past 6 weeks, actually 7 out of 6 weeks, we've had COVID numbers going down. In fact, I just prepared my show notes, so I can tell you right now, the numbers are at 1,900 COVID numbers. COVID active cases, which is the lowest we've seen in months.
Wow.
In fact, one of my first episodes when I came back to Haiti, again, I'm talking to you from Haiti, was about COVID. And so, folks, that episode, I really was happy about it because I was able to go to 3 major facilities that have been treating COVID.
Okay.
Facilities that have been ground zero. In fact, one of them actually had a chance to tour Mirabale Hospital, like the #1 COVID treatment center. I was able to go there. Low key, I was a little afraid. I was like, damn, how am I going to leave Florida, come to Haiti?
Yeah.
I better not catch COVID. I'm going to go to all these COVID facilities. I better not catch COVID. That'll be bad.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. I didn't catch it. But it was great to see and seeing the overall preparedness. In fact, Haiti won an award. Haiti was one of the three most countries that reacted and was evaluated to have done such a great job against COVID.
Okay.
Not just the government, but the people. The people adhere to it, to precautions. Still taking precautions now. In fact, when I go to stores, in fact, before the show started, I had to run and grab me a little bit of rum barbacoa, and for my drink, I had to go to the store. And guess what? They won't let me in the store without my mask. Right? So it's still being enforced in a lot of places.
Okay.
And but no, to answer your question in short, Haiti was very fortunate. We didn't get many cases. Listen, I believe in the power of tea. In fact, I had a very nasty stomach bug for months. I was suffering for months. And those who really follow me on Seejeanty, there's been 2 episodes in particular over the past few months where I came on and I was like, I just did it brief, like 30 minutes, came in suffering.
Wow.
Saying like, yo, I have an obligation to my audience, you guys, to give y'all the news. It's important, so I'm gonna do it. And then I will spend the rest of the day in bed in pain. I had this gas in my stomach.
Okay.
This endured to where, for the first time in my life, I was in the ER. I'm over 30, never been in the ER for anything.
Wow.
And a stomach gas issue, like it was just like this gas. I was like, it's like my intestines.
Up in your chest. Wow.
Like,
unbelievable.
I was really afraid, health-wise. I was hoping there was nothing, nothing more serious. I'll be honest. And I tell you what, I came to Haiti when I flew back to Haiti after COVID, after the airports reopened.
Yeah.
Like I was telling my cousin, because we were at a party, in fact, and my cousin passed me a beer, and a female cousin of mine. And I was like, no, I can't drink. I got this gas issue, man. I've been suffering. Like, she looked at me like, what? Gas issue? Listen, I got some tea for you. Like, it'll knock you out. It'll knock whatever you're feeling out in 3 days. And I was like, man, you tripping, man. Because I went to the ER. I went to medical Western science, and they gave me,
everything.
Stuff, man. Listen, tripping. Listen, she said a week, 3 days. I took this tea, bro.
Bam.
I'm telling you. I was cured, and I've been cured to the point where I'm able to drink. Because I love my barbacoa. I was so sad I literally had to go a few months. I had to drink because I noticed a relationship between when I drunk and my gas pains. Took that tea, and just to show you though, we have so many teas, so many leaves. That's why I feel like the moment, just like for example, with a lot of the symptoms of COVID, like throat, like the what else? The fever. Like all those, like there's a tea for that. There's a tea for it. Fever. Like there's a tea. Like, okay, you grab that leaf, take that tea, knock you out in a day, right? Because we still, luckily, we're able to keep so much of our Africanness, which is connected to nature. Like, and so we were able to learn from Tainos too. Like we're able to know, like, okay, here's the teas for like whatever you feel, right? And I feel low key, straight up, like we're on the same island as Dominicans. The Dominicans who rejected their Africanness, they've rejected it. If you go to, you're in San Domingo right now, so you can tell
right now. Yeah.
Drive around, like what statues you see? You see white European statues everywhere, bro. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Even the advertisements for like whatever product, it's white Spanish people. Like there's no black people. Like even though you drive around Dominican, I
see a lot of black people.
There's like more like 8-to-1 ratio or 8-to-2 ratio.
80%,
like
80% black.
People in Dominican are black like you and me, bro. Not just like little black, big black. Big black. Yeah. But yet, culturally, they reject their Africanness. You know what I'm saying? And so, but we have it, and so we're still tuned to nature. And honestly, that's why low key, if you're folks who've been watching me, like I wasn't too optimistic because I was living in Florida, seeing how I was ravaging America, and then coming to Haiti and watching Haiti, knowing how just poor infrastructure Haiti has, right? I was legit concerned. I was like, man, if it, you know, we get these same numbers in Haiti, we might be 1 million deaths or something, like, you know, might be another earthquake level in terms of deaths. But I'm glad to be proven wrong, like, you know, and the natural remedies that we treated ourselves with came through. That's one reason why it didn't really affect us as much, in my opinion, as it did other countries. So
I was drinking that tea over there, that herbal tea. They was giving me that herbal tea. But yeah, they do got some home remedies that work there in Haiti. That if you did in the States and you did it, all your friends would laugh. They like, "What you doing? What?" So Haiti got things that work. They like their own doctors in Haiti. They're their own doctors over there, and they're actually good at it. Something else I can ask you. Okay, I guess we can start. Let's start answering some of these. I'm gonna start answering some of these questions that people put in here. Hold on. But I just wanted to, you know, let them get a good feel of you guys. Please subscribe to his channel. Check him out. Seejeanty, this guy is the YouTube president of Haiti. He is the YouTube president of Haiti. If I can say that, he's a fan. He knows Haiti in and out. He knows what's going on in Haiti. Let me start reading some comments, man. Mr. Miami said, Jency, have you visited what is it? Kibo Bar and Grill in Port-au-Prince?
How do you spell that? Can you put it up on the screen?
Wrong. Kokoye.
In Port-au-Prince? Nah. I think I've heard of it, but I haven't visited.
I've been to a couple spots. I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah.
Maybe I overlooked it.
Maybe I've heard of it, but I haven't been.
Okay. Hold on, let me keep going. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I was just trying to get a good feel of the conversation. He was saying some jewels. He was giving some jewels about Haiti. So I wanted to keep going. Lover 2 said that was bold. Seejeanty. Something you said in the conversation, they respect you for that. Lover 2. We'll just get some of these questions in. Let's see. Let me see if somebody has a question here. Arlene Wade said, God willing, his investment will benefit the citizens of Haiti and not the government. They talking about Kanye West, that if he does something, that'll benefit the people. Because, yo, he can bring jobs to Haiti. He can bring jobs to Haiti if he's going to open that city, because that's what it lacks. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but for me, looking on the outside, and I was there for a long time, a lot of people in Haiti don't have jobs. If they had jobs, they wouldn't leave the country. They wouldn't be flooding the DR. They wouldn't be flooding Bahamas. They wouldn't all be trying to go to the U.S. and Canada. Some of them would stay home because Haitian people are smart people. They just need opportunity. So if Kanye West can do that, bring some jobs to the country, some factory jobs, some construction jobs, whatever, security, whatever, office jobs, whatever. Haitian people are willing and able to do any of them jobs, and are some smart people.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I mean, that's first and foremost, understand. That's all rumors right now. No one knows nothing. But, you know, I think certainly, you know, whatever you may feel about Kanye, the man's rich, okay?
Yeah.
And number two, he gets things done. You know, I'm sorry.
He does.
He gets things done. He's, you know, proven has a track record. You know, minus the fact that he's been unsuccessful in his presidential candidacy, but everything else he touches turns to gold. You know, and you know, he'll be. And at the low key, when I had somebody, one of my friends who's more of a troll than I am when it comes to social media, and he was like, he posted the old comment of Kanye saying, you know, slavery is a choice, and then he posts like he's in Haiti, but isn't he making a point that is true? Because you know, we fought for our independence, we won. One of his quotes recently is, I'm in the first country that you know, freed itself from slavery. Something to that extent. He posted recently, and that friend posted on top of that. He said, "Is it?" And I think he's making his point. He's doubling down on his past.
He came down here. Man. That's a big deal. Plus, plus people forget so fast, especially in the States and other countries. They forget so fast. The brother put himself on the line when he was on MTV one time, and he said Bush didn't like black people. He lost endorsements. He lost everything. But people don't remember that. They only remember when you do something, when you say something bad. He lost endorsement. He lost everything off of that. And he said that. They only remember what they want to remember. Judge the whole man. Judge the whole man.
Yeah, judge the whole man. I like that. Judge the whole man, the whole body of work and capacity of a man. And and we'll see what if he ends up doing something Haiti. I think we'll see. We'll see. I think Haiti needs it. And I hope also it aligns with a good government, right? Because I don't want to get too much in politics, but certainly that needs to align, because if we have the same style of governments we've had in Haiti that really are about themselves and really not about the people and what they can do to grow the capacity of the country, but no matter what Kanye does, it's only gonna be a drop in the bucket. So I hope if this can align with good governance, because there's supposed to be a new constitution happening, and there's a lot of rumors, by the way. I don't know my folks. I would never share this level of rumorship on my program, because I'm more about facts. But we're just hanging out, right? We're just hanging out, Philly, right?
Hanging out.
Few drinks, hanging out, right?
At a bar drinking, man.
Okay, all right.
Two guys at a bar drinking.
Hanging out. So there's been a lot of talk about how the Constitution is going to be the new Constitution of Haiti is going to be a very accommodating to Haitian diaspora, like super accommodating. Like you can hold any office, right? And you can be fully recognized as a Haitian diaspora. I mean, you're already fully recognized, but there's no process in place. But that process in place to vote, that process in place to redeem your citizenship. Because right now, even though we can have dual citizenship, and you can be born outside of Haiti and just be of Haitian parents and still be recognized in Haiti, there isn't a legal process to get it, right? There's this other shadier gray process. It's not necessarily illegal, but it's not the way you should do it. I don't want to get into the details of it, but the new Constitution is going to have a very clear cut. You just go to the Haitian embassy and you just show your citizenship of your parents, and boom, you get a little card, and you're a Haitian citizen. And you can function in Haiti. And you open businesses and do everything. That's the level that the new Constitution is supposed to go. That's what the rumors are saying. And so that will be great for the country as an important step, because honestly, there's no path forward for Haiti without the diaspora. There's no path forward when you have 80% of the educated Haitian nationality outside the country. Right? There's no such thing as a development in the country without that. And so if we can align a new constitution that really says, hey, all Haitian people come, right? And you align that with maybe something like if Kanye drops a bomb and says, I'm doing an Akon city, a Kanye city. You put those two things together, man, we might finally get that golden age that I've been begging to be.
You can't be on the bottom forever. You can't be on the bottom forever.
We'll see.
You can't be on the bottom forever. Something's going to change. Something is going to change. It's going to spin a lot of people's heads, man. Something's going to change in Haiti soon. Something's going to change. This can't be forever.
Right.
This cannot be forever. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Let me see what that is. It's got a super chat here, and thank you for the super chat, Cassandra. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let me start reading all these comments. Oh, I could just tap on them. Has Seejeanty met Brother Love?
I've heard a lot about Brother Love.
I haven't. YouTuber in Haiti doing big things.
I've heard a lot about Brother Love, but I haven't had a chance to meet him. I did check out, because when people keep mentioning somebody to me, for example, that's how I got to know you, Johnny, Philly. It was like, Philly Dom. So many videos they would at you on my videos, to the point I'm like, okay, who is this guy? So I went ahead and I thought, oh snap, this guy's doing some really interesting stuff. And so Brother Love is the same situation where a lot of people have added, Seejeanty, you gotta check out Brother Love. So I've checked out Brother Love, and I've seen some interesting, interesting stuff. So Brother Love, if you watch it, man, hit me up. Any of my videos. I have my contact. I have my contact information.
Shout out to Brother Love. So he's on the live right now. He's on the live right now. I can pass him information.
Reach out and let's see what we can do. Because the content I've seen of Brother Love, I think it's interesting. I think he's doing some really cool stuff. in terms of showing the different side of Haiti. And what's cool about Brother Love, one or two videos I saw, he actually seems to be, you know, has a sort of tourism travel guide sort of thing he's doing.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Welcome people at the airport and then shows them around. That's really cool, man. That's like really, because so many people reach out to me like, oh, Seejeanty, you know, listen, I love to have lunch and stuff. Bro, it's not that I don't want to meet all my fans. It's that I'm running 3 businesses. I run.
You say you're a busy man.
I work
I'm a busy
full-time as a consultant remotely from America, working full-time in analytics, helping start this major, helping with this major university, analytics, cybersecurity university, you know, helping with what they're doing. I run my media company. On top of that, I'm married, so I got to give the wife some attention, right? Which I try to do my best not to make sure the wife feels neglected, even though I'm working like 6 hours a week. So when I do have a little bit of time, unfortunately, I can't spend it with folks. That's why I do things like Haiti Biz News, right? Where I just talk, like why I love Haiti Biz News, and people complain like some people don't know why I do it. Like, oh, CJ, you should do short clips and just give the news. But honestly, Haiti Biz News isn't about the news necessarily, even though it does the bigger long-term goal. Haiti Biz News is about the news. I want to have my own network where we're focused on like CNN or CNBC, or CNBC, not CNN, CNBC or Bloomberg, where we're just talking about the news and how things are going from a business perspective. But for right now, the bigger purpose of Haiti Biz News is as a medium to connect with my fans, to connect with my people. When I take my time, I read as many of the comments as possible, and I have a relationship with a lot of these people, even though I've never met them. But on the flip side too, once COVID is over, I do have meet and greets, right? In fact, I was supposed to have a meet and greet when I was in March, when I was there before the airport shut down. But I had to shut it down because COVID was going on. It was going crazy. So I do meet and greets, and meet and greets are great because I get to meet multiple groups of people at the same time. But I can't do one-on-ones. I just can't. I don't have the time. It's impossible, right? But that's one reason why I appreciate Brother Love, because I see that he's doing, like, he literally meets his followers and folks at the airport, hangs out with them. So respect to that. Oh, maybe one day I'll be able to carve out some time like that.
I'll send you his number.
Oh yeah, what's that? No problem.
Yeah, I'll give you WhatsApp you his number. 010 $5 super chat. Thank you. Send a bit of support, big bro. Thank you, man. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Zero, thank you so much. I'm trying to look for some questions on here. If somebody has a question. Okay, Cassandra said, Haiti's still rich, believe it or not. If somebody has a question. Politician people got paid higher rate than other countries. I know she's saying Haiti's still rich. I'm trying to read what she said. Haiti's still rich, believe it or not. Politician people get paid higher rate than other countries. That the Haitian politicians get paid a lot of money in Haiti.
I like her, right? Is it a woman? I don't know. Whoever this person, I like this person. Woman.
Her name is Cassandra.
The reason why is because she ain't lying. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to talk about this on Haiti Biz News because it's too political, okay? But literally, while I was preparing my show notes, folks who are following news in Haiti, they know that there's a new CEP. CEP is the temporary electoral board. They're going to help organize the elections in addition to organize the constitution, right?
Okay.
Reform. You know how much money they make?
How much?
Okay, here we go. All right. Their base salary is $240,000 good a month. Just 9 members. $240,000 good. Right now, in the current exchange rate, that's $3,500 US. That's their base salary. Their base.
The base.
Okay. Now let's keep going. They have a housing allowance equal to about 300,000 good. So more than their base salary. They have a housing provision equal to 300,000 good, which at the current exchange rate is about $3,000. That's their housing provision. Still going. And to help facilitate their office, whatever the hell that means, I don't know what that means.
He said, I don't know what that means.
To help facilitate their office, they have a per diem, monthly per diem, equal to $600,000 600,000 good. Now, I just told you they have a base salary of 240,000. They have a secondary residency allowance of around 300,000 good, and they have a per diem allowance for their office. And this includes if they have to travel. And in fact, if they travel outside the country, it goes up even higher, right?
Yeah.
Of 600,000 good. Now, at today's exchange rate, which is incredibly 68, which is incredible, and it's painful for me to say that because I'm gonna talk more about this on Haiti Biz News. It's very debilitating to be doing your businesses in dollars, and then just the unexpectedness of the currency fluctuation, which is the very first time it's gone in this direction so aggressively, right? In this direction. But in many cases, that's a whole nother conversation. But 600,000 divided by today's currency of 68, that is almost $9,000, which is in effect at a month.
What?
Now multiply that by 9 people.
Wow.
This is just the electoral board, right?
Wow.
Not even talking about when the parliament's in office and how much money they make, which, by the way, the parliament in Haiti is the most well-paid parliament in the entire Caribbean. When you hear people say,
didn't know that? Wow.
I hope your audience knows that now, right?
Yeah.
They're the highest, the only group of people that comes close, actually, funny enough, is Jamaica. Jamaica's come a very close, close second on the Jamaican parliament. But Haiti, despite being the poorest country in the, that repeating that, we have the highest paid parliament.
Wow.
So what Cassandra says, what she said, I agree with her totally. Haiti doesn't have a money problem.
They don't have a money problem.
Haiti doesn't have, it has a leadership problem. Like Haiti would be, if we can get one generation of good leaders, that's all. One generation of leaders who are in it for the country and not for their pockets, not their bottom line, who actually stick to the budget they rely on, but then put all that money that they're putting in their pockets instead to where their country, for schools, for hospitals, for infrastructure, and actually do their jobs and pass bills and listen to the issues that business people have been telling them. Hey, it's hard to register in this country. Give us legal protections, give us double down on police security, all these things, so I don't have to pay for, like if I run a retail, like a grocery store, I don't have to pay a private security company three armed guards. Instead, put that money towards the police. So there's police on every corner. It's possible. Wages are very cheap. You can get police. I mean, one thing I appreciate about Dominican, when I visit Dominican Republic, and you can speak to this.
I can speak on it.
Right? You can like honestly, when you go to like a grocery store or something, like, or a mall, it blows my mind how many armed guards you see, like at a shopping plaza. You see like you see these towers of armed guards, right? So it's not unique to Haiti, right? But not every store needs it, right? Because there's enough police infrastructure to where, okay, all right, a plaza will have a guard just for a little added bonus of security, but not every single store needs it like in Haiti, right? And so, that I think that is I agree with Cassandra 1,000. You hear me? 1,000%. Haiti doesn't have a money problem. It has a leadership problem. And the day we get good leaders, good competent leaders who are in it for Haiti, man, Haiti can change overnight. That's why I would, as hard as Haiti is, like there's always a big nugget of hope for me, because as much as Haiti has problems and it's difficult and sometimes it does get hopeless, like there's still hope there, because it just takes one generation of good leaders. That's all. And Haiti's changed overnight, bro.
Wow, interesting. Wow. That was good to know. Yoda, thank you for the $9.99 super chat, but that's deep. Let me see if they got some more questions. Because you speaking some facts, so let's see what they asking. Oh man. Gene said, brother, let me see what he said about Brother Love and his brother Jean Baptiste are seriously real. He's saying that Brother Love and his brother some real guys. I'm gonna just link you up with them. I'll just link you up with them. I thought they would already have your information from being in Haiti, but obviously that's not what it is. I'll link you up with them. Let me see what some other questions. Oh man, I'm still here with you. Having some technical problems with this little iPad, but we'll be working.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The battery's running low, but we know.
Oh yeah. Plug it in,
I got it
bro.
plugged up.
Yeah, plug it in.
Phil said Haiti is very corrupted. They cannot get out of it. It's on grade in every Haitian. Do you agree with that? He said Haiti is very corrupted. It's ingrained.
I'll be honest with you. You know, that's the type of guy that I wouldn't give a time of day. I'm glad my channel doesn't. So I'm very harsh with people like that, and these people have learned not to stick around me. Yeah, I don't accept that, right? Yeah, you know, that comes from a level of ignorance. Like if you know Haiti, like how you gonna come and say every Haitian's corrupted? Man, get out of here, man. Like I have very little respect for people like that. I'll be honest with you. And I've had issues where I've typed and let people know, like I don't. Yeah, I'm positive. You see a lot of my videos, but like at the same time too, like I let people know, like I have straight up, you know, politicians are here, like in terms of respect. Like this is low. Like I have just low respect for Asian politicians, but you know what I have less respect for? People like that. You know why? Because go to Chinatown. How many Chinese people are talking bad about their people? Yo, in China right now, the Chinese government is killing people, right? It's like straight up. If you disagree with certain the Chinese government will kill you. There ain't no Chinese person talking. Well, not even out of fear, out of a degree. I just mentioned that. Just say they're doing more heinous things than what's going on in Haiti right now, right? I just mentioned that in that perspective. Okay. But they won't do it because there's a degree of it's family business. Yeah, it's family business. Like well, if you and your brother beefing, you're not gonna go to the streets and say, "Yo, my brother is a moron. My brother is a buffoon. My brother, he's a corrupt idiot." Nah, that's family business, right? And for this, in the same vein, when it comes to Haitians in Haiti, like there's a degree of corruptness. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie about that. You know, there is, but. Am I gonna go and make a whole channel for? Like, there's people like I swear to God, Philly. Yeah, there's people like that. They live to find places where where Haiti is being discussed, so they can type Haiti is a da, and they're quote unquote Haitian. They have a Haitian last name, but they exist to find where Haiti is being discussed, so they can talk bad about Haiti. What? Wow. Yeah, I hear you. So that's why, like straight up, like I don't respect politicians, but I have less respect for the Haitian who has a Haitian name, who has a Haitian mom and dad, and all they do is go on comments. That's all they do. Literally, they don't do any work. They don't fly to Haiti. They don't invest in Haiti. They don't buy Haiti products. They do nothing to help the community. But all they do is come on Facebook and come on Instagram and type. Haiti is this and that and X and Y. Seejeanty, I have the right to talk bad about Haiti because I'm here. I got employees. I'm invested. Like I'm doing things and I'm experiencing things. I should be talking bad about Haiti. The things I experienced, I should talk bad about Haiti, but I don't. You know why? It's family business. It's family business. I'm not going to talk bad about my brother and sister. I'm going to work to improve them. I'm going to work to say, here's what we need to do. Here's how we need our own hands. And here's how we push. But I'm not going to find where there's positive spaces and talk bad. No, I'm not, you know, I may piss a few of your viewers off. I'm sorry. I'm just being real, bro. I have no patience for that.
You got to keep it real. Okay, Brother Love in Haiti said, Jane, my sister, great to see you. See you, the sister. What do you say? See you, sister, showing love to Mr. Haiti, to the world, really down. Yeah, I'm gonna give you his information, Brother Love. I'm gonna give you Seejeanty information. And then Mr. Miami says Seejeanty investment in Cap Aisha in Port-au-Prince. They asking about, is it good to invest in Mr. Miami? He's asking, is it good to invest in Cap Aisha?
Yeah, I love Cap Aisha, man. It's funny about Cap Aisha. Like when I visit Cap Aisha, and I tell people I'm in Port-au-Prince, like, oh, you're from that hot country? Pays chaud, star? Pays chaud? Oh, Because Port-au-Prince is always hot. There's always some protests. There's always some stuff going on.
Yeah.
Port-au-Prince, man. And cutbacks is always cool. Like, I mean, things have to be really excessive, and it was really excessive the last pay low for Haiti for Cap Haitien to be in a situation where it was.
Oh man.
Excuse me. But no, Cap Haitien, cool vibes. I mean, but as always though, everything when it comes to Haiti, take your time, get to know the culture, reacclimate, re-network over the span of a year to 2 years, 3 years. You know, once you feel that you really have enough connections, enough folks you vibe with, and feel you have the right way to, and most importantly, have a good lawyer or two that can give you good guidance, and you can pay them for good guidance. That's when you pull the trigger and you do business. But don't just fly in and just think you can do business in Haiti. Haiti doesn't work like that.
Okay. Man, we definitely got to do another live together, man. Soon we definitely got to do another live. We've been on for like an hour. Man, we got 106 people watching.
Let's go another hour, man. Let's go another hour. I'm just chilling, man. What you mean?
Oh, Harry, it's having problems starting up. I don't know what's going on. on this battery. Hold up. I mean, I have it plugged in.
Oh yeah.
That so keep going. We just keep going. We'll keep going. What does this say? He said, Jay said Haitian governments pushes their problems onto other countries so they don't have to assume the responsibility, such as education, healthcare, jobs, human development, and stealing money. You can go hard.
I mean, I don't disagree with that because you know, it bothers me that so many of infrastructure happens not from the Haitian government. It happens from USAID. It happens from the European Union. It happens from IDB. I mean, I appreciate the development. I report on it because we need it. But at what point does the Haitian government start being a government? At what point do you, the Haitian government, you're building your schools, you're building your hospitals, you're paying your teachers, you're paying your police station. You know, over 60% of the budget of the Haitian police is paid by international. Like how can you call yourself a country? I'm sorry. How can you call yourself a government, right? When your police, right, and that's your job as a government to provide security, right, to be the monopoly on violence, but yet other countries are paying for your capacity to be secure. You know, so I agree with him. I agree with this individual. That can't last. And again, that generation of good leadership will have, one of the first things they'll say, you know what? Thanks for the money, international community. We're good. We're going to fund our government through taxes, right? We're going to fund it through making sure that our people are good. They can find work. They can find jobs, and we'll tax them through the work they're doing because we're doing our job. That is a generation of leadership we need.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. So, far as taxes in Haiti, do they pay taxes? Do they pay a lot of taxes? Do they pay taxes or
taxes are pretty high? And corporate tax here is about it's pretty high, man. Corporate tax is about 30%. You know, so and even taxes on wages as well. It's about 30% as well on wages, and so the taxes are pretty high. You know, I'm not even in the front, but there's ways around it in the sense that if you can get yourself into a free zone, industrial zone, depending on what you're doing, large enough investment, then you can have your taxes, your corporate taxes waived for 10 years, right?
Okay.
There's ways around it. It's complicated and as so much in Haiti, but there's ways around it. But yeah, taxes can be pretty high for Haitians who are here, Haitian nationals. That person who's saying it probably isn't Haitian. Probably someone who would be coming in. And to be honest, there's so many ways around, so if there's provisions, legal provisions in Haiti's tax law currently as practice. If you pay taxes to another government, then basically you just pay a minimum here, and the minimum is nothing. The minimum is like 10,000 good. Depending on the exchange rate, 10,000 good.
Tell them what 10,000 good is in US.
Yeah,
a lot of
good. Right now, today's exchange rate, it's about $150.
Okay.
$150. So you just pay $150 for the year. You get a certificate that says certificate de impôt, is a certificate that says, yeah, you paid your taxes for the tax year, and you're good. You're good, and that's all the taxes you have to pay for the year. If you own land, you have to obviously pay your property tax. The property tax isn't that much either. It's funny enough. It's based on how much, if you're renting, how much you're renting units on the property for.
Okay.
Or usually it's based off the purchase price. If you're not renting yet, it's based on the purchase price of the land that you have purchased.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, taxes, for you coming in the country, I mean, it's pretty low. It's pretty low. It's $150 for sure. About $10,000, $150. That's really about it for most people coming in and doing business.
Yeah. Do you have any last words? Because my battery about to die.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
So last words. Listen, guys, I appreciate the invite, Philly Dom, for being here. I appreciate the chance to talk to you, talk to your audience. I have a lot of stuff going on the Seejeanty channel. Come over. It's a different vibe. I came here just chilling, but it's a different vibe over there. So come over, and the whole goal is to keep folks informed, keep folks engaged. I cut through the BS. I talk hard facts. At the same time, too, there's no naivety. I ain't painting a rosy picture of Haiti. I'm telling you how Haiti really is, But at the same time, too, it's not in the place of, it's a terrible place. It's a place from, hey, I'm just an average Joe Schmo, believe it or not. And if I can make it through Haiti, believe me, anybody.
You can make it in Haiti, yeah. All right, let me just say this last comment. Philly, what's up? It's Black. Keep up the good work. I'm glad Brother Love in Haiti introduced me to you. Can't wait for you to come back. Yeah, man. I'll see you guys in Payloray 5 when I get back. Stay in Payloray 5, aka Payloray Pink. But we're going to, hey, my friends, they watching in.
Okay.
All right, then. We're going to have to cut this live or the battery going to cut off on us.
All right, Philly, thanks a lot, man. We got to do this again. Maybe next month. Just aim for some next month, man. Let me bring me back. I had a good time, man.
You know Haiti, man, like no other, man. You are Mr. Haiti, man. You ever think about running for Haitian president down the road?
Nah, no politics in my life. The only thing I care about is, having I will fight for the Haitian diaspora to have a path to participate, because I really do feel that Haiti won't improve until, not only can Haitians fully invest and engage economically, but also vote and hold any office. But me, I don't want to hold any office. I'm about just facilitating others, business, and pushing the country forward from the sidelines necessarily. I don't necessarily want to hold office.
You're on the front line.
There's different ways to impact.
I hear you. Take care, guys, and more videos to come, and we'll do one next month. This was good, man. We had a good turnout. Next month we'll do another one, man. We'll do another one. And when I get back to Haiti, man, I'm gonna be one of you.
I can't wait. Episode's gonna be fire, man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So we talk soon.
Peace.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah.